Now let's see this set. Total number of people 12,000. Profession medical, engineering, law, teaching, banking and management. Percentage of people, percentage of females and percentage of males. Okay, so let's go to the question. If the total percentage of people and in engineering profession is 16%, in engineering 16%, so 16% of 12,000. Then the total number of people in teaching profession is approximately what percent of total number of people in law profession. Okay, so for that, suppose this is 16 that has been given to us, so we need to find out the number of percentage of people in teaching. So that's 25. So teaching profession is 25% of 12,000 and law is 11. So that's more than double, so more than 200%. So just we have one option, that is 227%, right? No need to calculate the actual data, no need to use this total number of people, that is 12,000. Okay. If the difference between percentage of people in teaching and engineering is plus 9%, what is the difference between the total number of males and the total number of females from all the professions together? Now see, in this case, further we have to take 16 and 25 only, because we are left with 41% and difference is 9, being more person in teaching, so that's plus 25 and 25 and engineering 16. Now since we have to find out the difference between total number of males and total number of females, what we can do to make the calculation simpler, we can find out the difference of each category. Right now, for example, we have 12,000 people in all, so out of that 12% in medical. So 12,000 into 12% in medical. Of this, 55% are male. Okay, so this is the number of people in medical who are males. Minus from this, suppose this data, 12,000, 12%, 12,000. Just for your explanation, understanding, I am writing it down, otherwise we will not write it for each and every step. 45 by 100. So that is the difference between males and females in medical. Now you can see this 12,000 by 100 and by 100. This will be same, right? So we can take this as common. So 12,000 by 100 by 100. So precisely it is 1.2. Okay, out of the bracket it is 1.2. Now inside the bracket, here it is 12 into 55, here it is 12 into 45. So this data will remain same for each profession, right? So what we have to do, 12 we can take as common, 55 minus 45, that is 10, right? So 12 into 10, 120 is the difference between 120 into 1.2, that will be the difference between males and females in case of medical. So similarly we can find out the things for others also, but we don't have to write this thing every time. So first of all, just fill it up. 65, 25, 25, 75 and 20. Now everywhere the population of males, the percentage of males is more, so the calculation will be totally positive. If anywhere the females are more, then just put up a negative sign. Okay, so over here we are taking male population or male percentage to be more. So here it is 16 into 0, here it is 11 into 30, so that is 330. Here it is 25 into 50, so that is 1250. Here it is 22 into 50, so that is 1100. 14 into 60, so that is 840. So in all, this is your calculation. Okay, just remove the dot, remove the zeros. So 2 and 3 5, 5 and 5 10, 10 and 4 14. and 3, right? So 364 into 12. So the figure will be more than 3000. Since there is none of these also, we can even multiply. So this will be the correct answer. Okay, I hope you are clear. What is the ratio of the number of males in banking profession to the number of females in management profession? Okay. So here also the 12,000 figure will be cancelled from numerator and denominator. So males in banking profession 22% of 12,000. So percentage and 12,000 both the data I am just deleting. So males will be 75%. And in case of females management, so it is 14 into 20. So it is 165 is to 28. Simple. If the difference between percentage of medical and teaching is 13%, okay, so once again it has to be 25. Then what is the ratio of the total males in medical and teaching profession to that of females in the same profession? So since once again we have to find out the ratio, I'll be taking the absolute terms, not percentage. So medical and teaching, so 12% people and males are 55. So 12 55 plus teaching 25 into 75, right, divided by females, so 12 into 45 plus 25 into 25. We can take 5 common from numerator and denominator. So it is 11, it is 15, it is 9, and it is 5. So in the denominator we have 125 plus 108. So that is 233. So we have an option with 233. So I hope you are clear. If total percentage of people in teaching profession is 25%, then the females in engineering profession are approximately what percentage of the female in management profession? So once again 12,000 is common. So in the denominator we will have the females in management profession. So 14 into 20. In the numerator we'll have the females in engineering profession. So that is 16 into 50. The percentage sign and 12,000 will be mutually cancelled. So finally we are left with this. Okay. So that's 2000 by 7. So 2000 by 7 we can just find out the initial two figures. By the initial two figures we'll be able to get the answer. So 7 2s are 14, 6, 7, 8. So it's around 2, 8. So this must be the correct answer. Okay. If you wish, you can even find out the third figure also. So that is 285 point something. So this is the closest one. Total number of people visiting all supermarkets, 3,36,000. Name of the supermarkets A, B, C, D, E, F. In all 6 supermarkets, percentage of men, women and children. Right. So now go to the question directly. If the total number of persons visiting supermarket D is 55,500, right? So this is total number is 55,500. Then number of men visiting supermarket D forms approximately what percentage of total number of person visiting all the supermarkets? So in the numerator we'll have 55,500, and out of that supermarket D 41% are men, right? And this is what percent of total number of persons, that is will have this figure 303600 in the new denominator, and this is what percentage of this, so further we'll get 100 over here, right? So this will be cancelled. Now, if you remove the decimals from the options, you'll be getting 25%, 95%, 65%, 75%, and 45%, right? Now, we are interested in finding out the approximate value. So, options are very far from each other, right? So, you can get the approximate answer. Now, for approximate answer, what you have to do, just listen to me very carefully. See, 555 into 41, the figure, I am not interested in decimal position and in zeros. This figure will definitely cross 22,000, right? 500 into 40, that is 20,000, right? 500 into 40, that is 20,000. So this extra 55 and this extra 1, that will make something more than 2,000, right? So it is approximately, the numerator is approximately 22,000. And denominator is approximately 3000. So if we cancel it out, the figures we will be getting is 7 times and some more around that, right? More than 7, less than 8, right? But we are not interested in decimal position, so I am removing the decimal from all the options. So 7 and 5, these figures we can get from option D, right? So you don't have to worry much about this calculation. This is a really simple one, and I hope you are clear. If number of men visiting supermarket C is 15974 and the men visiting supermarket F is 14316, the number of children visiting supermarket C forms what percentage of the number of children visiting supermarket F, right? Now what we can do is, since the options are 91, 49, 120, 109, so they're quite far from each other, so better approximation can be done. So in all, I am taking this figure as 16,000 and it is 14,500, right? So this is 16,000 is number of men, right? So total number of persons will be this divided by 0.35, right? So this divided by 0.35. This is the total number of men. Now number of children will be 20% of this. Okay, so 0.20. Now this is the number of children in C. Now we have to write down the number of children in F. So I just write this down, 14,500, and total number of people will be this figure divided by 2.24, and this is a figure, and then number of children will be 14% of this. Okay, then we'll put into 100 to find out the percentage. So remove all decimals. Now 25 6 are 150. So we are 24 a bit less than 25 and it is bit less than 150. So we can get this cancelled by 6. Then 5, 7, 5, 4. Then remove this 4, this 3, this is 7. Now that's 7 3s are 21, 21 7s are 147. So it will be more than 100%. 14,700 will be 100%. So but it is 16,000. So it will be bit more than 100%. So we have two portions. So I just say 14,700 plus 1470. So something 16. What I'm doing is I'm adding 14,700 plus 10% of that is 1470. So that will be getting an approximate value closer to that, is closer to 16,000. So we can take this as the correct option. Okay, no need for further calculation. 100% plus around 10%. I hope you are clear. Total number of men and women visiting supermarket B is 52720. The difference between the total number of men and women visiting supermarket D, okay, is 8325. What is the total number of children visiting supermarket B and D together? So men and women visiting supermarket B is this figure. So that is actually 80%, right? So the total will be 80% of this, right? So the total will be 80% of this, and number of children is 20% of that entire figure, right? So this divided by 0.8 and into 0.2. So precisely this divided by 4. So I can just say 52,800 divided by 4. So that is the number of children in supermarket B. Then in this case, difference between men and women. So in this case, 41 and 26. So 41 and 26, the difference is 15. So the total number of persons will be 8325 divided by 0.15. That is the total number of persons. And 6 and 1, 7. And 4 and 2, 6. So 67, that means 23% will be children. So into, sorry, this figure will be 33. So I just write down 33 over here. And we have to find out the total number of children. So I put a plus sign. Now since this is 13,000 and this calculation will be 500 into even 30, even if it is 500 into 30, that the calculation will be 15,000. So 15 and 13, it's 28,000 and bit more, but we have 55 and here 33, so the calculation will be at least 2-3,000 more. So among the options we can choose this one, right? 28,000 is closer, but if it is 500 into 30, then we can choose 28,550, but this figure is 555 into 33, right? So this remaining 55 and this remaining 3 will give us some more calculation, right? In fact, you just can say 550 into 30 plus 3. So this is like more than 15,000 and this is around 1500. In fact, more than 1500, right? So this calculation cannot be achieved. So this is the right one. Total number of men and children visiting supermarket A is 15,552. Children, men and children, so that is 45%. Okay. Men and children. The difference between total number of men and women visiting supermarket C is this. What is the ratio of number of women visiting supermarket A? Okay, so supermarket A, here the total number of men and children is this 15,552. So women will be 15,552 divided by 0.45 into 0.55. So this is the number of women in supermarket C. Similarly, difference between the total number of men and women visiting market C is 4564. So 4564 divided by 0.1, that is the total persons, and of that 0.45 is women. So into, I just remove this, put 45 over here. So this is the ratio that we have to find out. Now instead of doing simplification, you can take 1 or 2 clues. See this number, if I cancel, this is 5 9s and this is 5 11. So the numerator is multiple of 11, right? But denominator we don't see any 11. This is 9, this is 45, there is no 11, and this is 9 and this is 10. So there is the denominator is not at all multiple of 11, right? So in numerator 11 will be definitely there, or the number that should be multiple of 11, right? So this is cancelled, this is cancelled, this is cancelled, this is multiple of 11, right? So you can choose this option. Then you wish to, if at all you wish to verify this, you can take the clue from this 1141 also. So we can say that 1141 from 141, if I deduct 1, I'll get 140. That means this number is multiple of 7. So we can see 9 is not multiple of 7, 45 is not 7, so multiple of 7. So we divide this, whether we get 7 multiple or not. So 7 6 are 42. Then 3 7 5s are 35, 1, yes, this number is multiple of 7. And in numerator we don't have any number that is multiple of 7. So 7 will also be there in the denominator. So that is the correct answer. Okay, so by choosing some or by performing some divisibility rule, we can solve these sort of questions easily. Now in this graph, percent profit made by two companies over the years. Percent profit is income minus expenditure over expenditure into 100. Okay, so let's take the questions. Company A, the blue line, and company B, the red line. If in the year 2004 the expenditure incurred by company A and B were the same, what was the ratio of income of company A to that of company B in that year? Now if you look at this formula, what can be concluded is, see, when we talk about profit and loss, right? So I have explained you several times that SP by CP, that is selling price by cost price, that is the whatever data, suppose it is 1, then there is no profit, no loss, right? If it is 1.1, then there is a 10% profit. If it is 0.8, then there is a 20% loss, right? So in this case the same story is there. So what we can do, we can convert the income and expenditure. Income is selling price and expenditure is cost price, right? I can even convert before you also. So here income minus expenditure by expenditure into 100, that is profit percent, right? So if I income minus expenditure by expenditure into 100 is P. So I shift this P over here. So income by expenditure minus 1 is equal to P by 100. So that's this, right? So basically income and expenditure ratio will be what? 100 plus P by 100, right? And you can compare this formula with this. SP minus CP by CP is profit percentage, right? SP minus CP by CP into 100 is profit percentage. So basically, if there is 10% profit, SP is 1.10 times CP, right? So the same concept will be using over here. So in this case, we are talking about year 2004, right? Year 2004, company A, that the blue line is 35, right? The profit percentage 35%. That means income is 1.35 times expenditure. Income is 1.35 times expenditure. So that is income of company A. Similarly, income of company B is profit percentage 40%. That means income will be 1.4 times expenditure. So 1.4 times expenditure. So this is the ratio of income of company A and B, right? So this is how you can solve the problem very easily. So that is 27 by 28. I hope you are clear with the concept also. What is the sum of average percent profit earned by company B and A overall the years together? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and we have to add the average profit percent. So in that there are 2-3 things, 2-3 ways of solving this problem. You can find out the average of A, you can find out the average of B, then you can find out the combined average, right? Apart from that, you can add up A and B for each year and then divide by 6 to find out the average. So any of the method can be chosen. So what I do, I take individual company and add up, and I will go for the deviation method, right? So I can assume the average of maybe company A, the blue line, maybe it is 40. So I take the deviation from 40. So it is minus 5, 0, minus 5 plus 0 plus 5 plus 0 plus 10 and then minus 10. So everything is 0, that means average of company A is 40. Now in similar manner we can find out the average of company B. In this case also we can assume maybe 40 or maybe, okay, 40 will be good. So here 0 plus 5 plus 0 minus 5, then this is minus 10 and this is plus 5. Okay. So 5. So precisely it is minus 5 by 6. So from 40 you need to deduct minus 5 of you need to deduct 5 by 6. So that is around 1 we will be deducting, right? Because the answer we just have to find out the approximate value. Reason being, we have been given the answer in 69, 79, 89, 59. So we just can consider this is approximately 1. So out of 40 if we deduct 1 we'll be getting 39. So our answer will be around 40 plus 39, that is 79.16. Okay, so that is easy method, and I hope you are clear with this. If the amount of profit earned by company A in the year 2000 was rupees 1.15 lakhs in year 2007, so what is the expenditure in that year? Now income minus expenditure by expenditure into 100 is profit, right? Now income minus expenditure, that is actually profit, so that is 1.5. We need to find out the expenditure. Into 100 is basically 40%, that is the profit percent of company A in this year, that is in year 2007, that can be seen from here, right? So that is 40%. So expenditure will be 15 by 4 lakh. Okay. Similar question we have already done. If in the year 2008 the incomes of both companies A and B were same, what was the ratio of expenditure of company A to expenditure of company B? So 2008 we are talking about. So income is same by expenditure 1 by income upon expenditure 2. So for 2008 company A is 1.5, 50% profit is there. So income by expenditure ratio will be 1.5 and it is 1.3 for company B, right? So that is precisely 15 by 13. But we have to find out even by E2. So this will be actually E2 by even. So even by E2 will be 13 by 15. Okay, pretty simple. What is the ratio of amount of profit earned by company A to that by company B in that year? Since we do not know the income and expenditure, we just know that we can calculate their ratio, but we cannot get their absolute value, right? So this is not possible for us to calculate. So it cannot be determined, right? What distance in kilometer traveled by 6 cars on 6 different days of week, Monday to Saturday, and cars A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, the very first question, what is the difference between the average distance covered by car D all the days together and average distance covered by all the cars together on Saturday? So first of all, we have to find out the average distance covered by car D in all the days. So for D we have to find out the average vertically, and for Saturday we have to find out the average horizontally, right? Because on Saturday we have to find out the average of all the cars, and for all the days we have to find the average of D. So once again we'll be using variation method to find out the average. So in case of D we can assume the average to be 300, right? So I just take the variation. So it is plus 25 plus 14 plus 12 minus 22 minus 8 minus 26. So 14 and 12, 26. 26 is cancelled. So 25 minus 22, 3 minus 8, 5 by 6. So 300 minus 5 by 6. So around 300 we can assume. Okay. Now we have to find out the average of all the cars on Saturday. So once again I can take the average to be maybe assume it to be 270, say, right? So it is plus 22, it is plus 14 minus 10 plus 4 plus 10 minus 28. That is 270 plus or minus whatever. Minus 10 plus 10 cancelled. 14 plus 4, 18, 18 minus 28 minus 10. So 22 minus 10, that is 12. 12 by 6, 2. So precisely our average is 272. Right? So difference between these two is 28. Okay, since we remove that 5 by 6, so we'll be getting the approx answer. So closer to 28, we have 28.16. Right? I hope you are clear with this method. If the speed of car A on Monday was 19.2 km per hour and the speed of Wednesday this, and Friday this, what was the approximate average time taken by it to cover the distance on given days? Okay, so we need to find out the time in each case. On Monday the distance is 240 km with the speed 19.2, so the time will be something around 10 hours, that is 192. So still we are left with 42, so approximately it is 12.5 hours, right? 10 hours plus 2.5 hours. Then on Wednesday 324 divided by 20, so it is 1, 6 and 2, so I can say 16.2. On Friday 366 divided by 30, so 1, 2, 2, so it is 12.2 and divided by 3. So this is the average. Add and divide by 3 or go by deviation method. Any of the method can be chosen. So suppose I assume it to be 13, so it is minus 0.5, it is plus 3.2, it is minus 0.8. Okay, divided by 3. So it is 1.9 divided by 3, that means around 0.6. So it is 13.6, and since we have to find out the approximate, we can take the value as 13 hours, right? If to travel the given distance, the time taken by car B on all the days was 8 hours, what was the average speed? So average speed is basically total distance by total time. So total distance will be addition of all these data, and total time is 8 hours per day, that means in all it is 48 hours. Right? Now you can use even deviation method to find out the total distance. Either you can add all of them or you can find out the deviation, find out the addition by deviation. So in all I assume the average to be 300, that means total distance is 1800. Right? Now from 300 I deduct and add whatever. So it's minus 50, then minus 36, minus 6, plus 2 and plus minus 16. Now we can very well see this entire calculation. Since the options are quite far from each other, we can assume this entire calculation to be negative. It is 100, around 100. So 1800 minus 100, this is 1700. So our calculation remains 1700 by 48. So it's 24 threes are 72 and 24 fours are 96. So 85 somewhere light between 72 and 96. Your answer will be 35 around, right? So 35 around is option B. Okay, 24 into 30 is 720, 24 into 40 is 960, 850 is somewhere between, so I am choosing this option. Okay, so I hope you are clear now. Total distance traveled by all the cars together on Friday and Saturday is what percentage of total distance traveled by all the cars together on Monday and Tuesday? So we have to add up all these data, the 12 data, and over here Monday and Tuesday, all the 12 data. So you can add them like just add them. Otherwise you can go for even deviation method, whatever the method is preferable, whatever the method you like, you can go for it, no problem. So if you add them as it is, then also perfectly okay, because in that case you don't have to copy all the numbers over here, right? If you go for deviation method, certain numbers you have to write down, right? So what I can do is I just add them as it is. So 6 and 2, 8 and 2, 10, 14, 22, 24, 28, 36 and 38. Then 3 and 6, 9 and 9, 18, 18, 8, 26, You should do calculation in your mind, because if you speak out the number, it becomes time consuming. And in the denominator we have to have Monday and Tuesday. And then into 100. So I just remove this 03, so into 100 will be removed. I divide both the numbers by 6. So if I cancel them by 6, I'll be getting 6 here. 6 5s are 30, 4 1, I take 4 2, so 6 7s are 42, and then 0. So 570 by 6. So basically I have approximated it to higher side. So 570 by 6 is 95%, right? 95%, but since its approximation is towards higher side, actual value will be bit less than 95%, so we can take it as 94%, right? So that's pretty simple. If on Tuesday car C and car E, C and E on Tuesday travel at the same speed, what was the ratio of the time taken by car C and that taken by car E to cover their respective distances? See, when speed is constant, time is directly proportional to distance, right? If speed is constant, time is directly proportional to distance. So whatever the ratio of distance we have, the same ratio will be there for time. So for that, that's 308 and 318. So 308 is 154 and it is 159. Right? So I hope that's clear.